saw you walking down the street without your boyfriend, without your... You're such a girl to me, you're such a... Walking down the street without your boyfriend, without your boyfriend. Oh, you're such a girl to me. You're such a girl to me. You're such a... Saw you walking down the street without your mother, without your...
Coming to you from WLIR. Tonight's Psychedelic Remembrance features Unrest, a band out of the early 60s and early 70s and, well, the early 80s. And they're still going strong today. My guest is Marky Robinson, founder of the group.
We interrupt the program now in progress to bring you a special report from Guam. This report will come to you via special military facilities and is being released at this time to the combined American networks. Now for the special news from Advanced Naval Headquarters, far out in the Pacific, we take you to Guam. Go ahead, Guam.
The following communique has this minute been issued by C.W. Nimitz, Fleet Admiral, U.S. Navy, Commander-in-Chief, U.S. Pacific Fleet and Pacific Ocean Areas. The communique. Vice Admiral Mark A. Mitcher is in command of a powerful task force of the Pacific Fleet, is now attacking enemy aircraft, air bases, and other military targets in and around Tokyo. Surface units of the Pacific Fleet are bombarding Iwo Jima. Aircraft of the Strategic Air Force Pacific Ocean areas are bombing Iwo Jima and nearby positions in the Boreans. The fleet forces are under the tactical command of Admiral R.A. Spruance, Commander, 5th Fleet. This is Art Friend returning you to the United States.
That's right. You're going to handle machine guns while we're going in if you have to? Yes. What state are you from? Arkansas. How do you feel right now? Oh, I feel all right. You lost all nervousness? Well, I never was nervous yet. I'm not nervous yet. Good. You thinking of anybody back home? Yes. Who's back there? Mom. Mom and Dad. Okay, thanks a lot. I'd like you to meet the gun commander now. Can't give you his name because of military security, but say something, will you?
There's as much I can say. I'll just wait around. We was up there on the beach with the rest of the fellows. Our turn will come soon enough, I guess.
You're anxious to get there, huh? All right, thanks a lot. He's hanging on the side of this tank lighter, staring out at the beach with his helmet thrown back over his head. And here's another fella.
There isn't much I can say.
What do you do, Jerry?
Communications chief for the weapons company.
You're all set to go, huh?
All set and rare.
I haven't seen you look nervous the entire time.
Don't feel nervous. It's just two butterflies in the tummy, that's all.
All right, thanks. An American plane, two of them, two bombers, they're going over it. Now you may have heard them in the background. I'd, looking around now to see somebody else. Come on over here. I want to give you a chance. Here's a great big, tall, real typical Marine who said he wants to say something to the folks back home. And incidentally, he is a fella who is so typical. You've heard that the only thing practically left to a serviceman is his right to gripe. Well, this old boy has really overplayed that. Now we're going to give him a chance publicly.
I'm sitting here and I can't contact Gallagher. Over. Roger, Dick. Steve, are you still getting the shell button? Dick, we have spotted it in those caves up there on the high ground immediately to our front. Over. Hello, Steve. Hello, Steve. This is Clifford. Over. Hello, Tom. Steve, have you made contact with your infantry yet? Over. Steve, we're up here and can't make it through that.
United States fighting men. And in the midst of sacrifice, of life, of the heat of construction, even while B-29s land, there is still potential death around. Not all the Japs on Iwo Jima are dead. Not all its honeycombs of caves have been explored. The sniper's bullets can come pinging out of the night at any moment. But despite all this, the danger, the pressure of work, the lack of things non-fighters would consider necessities of life, even the whiffs of steam that drift up through the volcanic ground itself, Iwo Jima is now American territory. And the fact that the island is ours is proven by the American flag that flies from the Central Airport. The Battle of Iwo is won. I return you to Guam.
That's the situation today at Iwo Jima, our latest conquest.
marijuana. Usually on Fridays a hamburger. And maybe on Sunday there's myself, my mother, wonderful me, God how I love me, I'm so wonderful, love will keep me together, I have dreams that my arms are lovely, Humphrey Bogart wrote me last week, slipped that one in, and never to be forgotten, is very, 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 finish up some of this tape here because there seems to be a bit very, 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 very truly, maybe not so truly, maybe Trudy, maybe Judy, maybe Judy, maybe even maybe Florida, possibly maybe White House. One of these people's throwbacks. Say, man, go back. And the ever infamous Shadow, Cranston, with his sidekick's Judy, they get me up. They sound so I don't really have breakfast shower. Yeah, it was good to see you shape, but I haven't. I've had some.
Pána prosiť za ty, kteří jsou ve vládnoucích místech, ať iž jsou dobří nebo ničemní. Za dobré děkujeme Pánu a za ničemné prosím.
Dit is in de kerk voor de spreektafel, zeg maar, te kleuren en te tekenen.
Ja, dat klopt. En dat hebben we ook gewoon ontdekt. Het is zoiets fijns voor die kinderen zelf ook. Die voelen zich.
Cela devait être évacué à l'aide de brouettes ou d'un vaisseau.
Airport to find a plane cleared to fly. Despite the disruptions in Great Britain, the FAA hoped
um ihren Ursprung festzustellen, ob nun in China oder auf den pazifischen Inseln. Genannt wird dies eine Reise, um sich selbst zu begegnen. Wir fragten eine Familie nach ihren Reaktionen darauf.
なんかね、日本の人とね、こう、似てるところがね。
Es gibt viele Parallelen zwischen den Stilen chinesischer und japanischer Kinder und ich nehme an, dass wir tatsächlich Japaner hatten. Im Geschichtspavillon der japanischen Regierung sehen wir eine Wassermühle aus der Edo-Zeit und gehen der Entwicklung der Eisenproduktion und anderer Technik
are directed just as much against the United States as against France. The long-term goal is the Kwajalein Atoll, a part of the Marshall Islands northeast of Papua.
Denigrante si se quiere. En primer lugar, une el temperamento con la fisonomía. Dos cosas que distan una de otra como el cielo y el agua, que aun cuando parecen unirse, están completamente separadas. Así es de claro.
Tell all these people to run their business on their own responsibility, so
Secula seclori.
not ask Mr. Yep.
And even in pain, she seemed much more burdened for others.
Participan, bajo el auspicio de la Iglesia Católica, las principales fuerzas políticas de ese país, desde la izquierda hasta la derecha, exceptuando a la extrema izquierda y al Partido Comunista. Libé habla del reciente cambio de ministro de Economía en Brasil y asegura que la dimisión del exministro Dornelles se debió a que el presidente Sarney no...
She's even worse than the other one. Silence! I demand silence! It's Miss Gulch. That's who it is, Miss Gulch. Hard of hearing, are you? I said silence. Now then, who killed my sister? Was it you?
No. It was an accident. I didn't mean to kill anyone.
Well, my little pretty, I can...
Aren't you forgetting the ruby slippers?
The slippers. My sister's slippers. There they are. Still on her feet over there. Well, I'll just take them.
Just a moment, if you please. Ruby slippers, slippers
Say hello again. That's pretty good.
Hello. You think you're cool because of the clothes you wear. You think you're cool because you're so pretty. You're too cool for me. It's so cool. You think you're cool because of the clothes of your hair. You think you're cool because you've got so many friends. Think you're cool when you get fucked up and high. You think you're cool when you caught in my eye. You think you're cool when you get a fucked up high. And you think you're cool when you caught my eye. You think you're cool because you have a girlfriend. You think you're cool when you make them cry. You think you're cool when you sit down and die. You're so fucking cool, you're real enemy. You're fucking cool, you're real enemy. You think you're cool because it's close here. You think you're cool because it's so pretty. You're too cool for me. You think you're too cool for me. You think you're cool because you cut up your hair. You think you're cool because you got so many friends. You think you're cool because you got so many friends. You think you're cool when you get fucked up and high. You think you're cool when you got the eye. You think you're cool because you have a girlfriend. You think you're cool when you make them cry. You think you're cool when you sit down and die. You're so fucking cool, you're real enemy. You're so fucking cool, you're real enemy.
I don't know.